Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I'm going to be filming a full face of Givenchy. So before we get into all of this goodness, I would love for you to subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get started. My cheeks are still so rosy. I took a scorching hot bath to try to subside my cramps, but the rosiness just won't go away. My body's still trying to cool down. So I'm first going to be trying out the Skin Caring Glow Fluid Foundation. I have the shade 2N120. I'm excited for today's video. I have not tried a lot from Givenchy, so this will be an almost full introduction to the brand. Ooh, this looks really, really nice and fluid. It feels super thin and watery. I'm just going to blend this out using this Jones Road Everything brush. This feels really nice. It's blending out really quickly too. It feels super, super thin. I'm liking what it's doing so far. It doesn't have a lot of coverage, but let's see if I can build that up. I'm just going to take some more directly on my brush and try to build it up over my rosy cheeks. Yeah, it has buildable coverage, but I like how seamless it's looking. It doesn't look visible and it feels really thin on my skin. So those are a lot of qualities I look for in a foundation, and this is giving a nice day-to-day kind of finish. I would say it's like an in-between of a skin tint and a foundation. Now I'm going to be going in with the Skin Caring Concealer in the shade N120. I have been trying this concealer out and I really like it. These two products are going to mesh in with each other really well. That foundation felt like a thinner version of the concealer, which I think is the point. So I'm missing two gaps in today's video. I don't have the bronzer. I thought I did, but I unfortunately don't. And I'm missing the mascara as well, but I feel like it would go along the lines of, I like it, it's fine, but I prefer my Clio Kill Lash. Because that's what's been happening with every freaking mascara lately. I think that Clio Kill Lash mascara ruined me for other mascaras. It's just so good. I find every opportunity to say my love for that mascara. Like, that's not even the freaking point of this video. So here is the base. Like I expected, those two products blended into one another flawlessly. I'm actually going to build up some of the coverage just in areas I see fit, like just a little bit on my cheeks here. There's just a few things that I used previously, which are the powder, the concealer, and the powder blushes. Other than that, everything's super brand new. I know the base products are super strong, especially the powder. This has been my new favorite powder as of late. I can't wait to use this every day. I have a few shades in the powder. I have number 1, 2, and 3. My favorite is the shade number 3. I'll go in with 2 if I want more of a brightening effect, but 3 is just kind of like my perfect color. So I'm going to be using that one. Oh, wrong one. Good thing I checked. Okay. Oh, I wanted to show you guys my new nails. I got them done this morning. I got this really pretty dark-ish red. At first I was not feeling my ring fingers, but now they're growing on me. But hopping back into the powder, I just like to saturate one of these Huda Beauty powder puffs. And I really massage it into my palm and tap it a bit. I go back in with my sponge just to make sure there's no settled concealer. I almost said in any of my cracks, but that does not sound glamorous. In any of my fine lines. And then I press the powder in, and this powder is really, really, really blurring and brightening. And it also just gives your skin a little bit of dimension because there's a bit of a pearlescence in there, but it's not the kind of pearlescence that texturizes you. It's just very flattering, and I think it's one of the most blurring powders. And you only need the tiniest amount, and it sets your under eyes all day, and it looks amazing on my skin too. It's been my go-to. It's been extremely hyped for a very long time, and I can't believe I haven't tried it sooner. It's actually completely worth it in my opinion, and probably going to be my number 1 recommended from the brand. I might be speaking too soon, but I just freaking love it. So now let's move on to highlighter. This is the Skin Caring highlighter. I have the shade Rose. And when I first touched this, sometimes I feel like I have a sixth sense when it comes to makeup products. I was like, ooh, I feel like this is gonna be good. I haven't even swatched it or anything. I wanted to keep the excitement for today's video. I'm going to try applying it directly on, and on the other side, I'll apply it on my palm first, just so I can see the difference in application. Yes, this is exactly what I wanted from this highlighter. It's just like a really subtle, but there highlight. It just looks natural. But it also has like a brilliance to it that's really pretty. There's no visible glitter or pearls or pigment. Really nice. It just looks delicate. Now I'm going to put some on my hand. I'm going to take this side of my e.l.f. sponge and I'll work it in this way. I don't like this way. This way was a lot more seamless. This way I feel like it sopped too much up and it's kind of disturbing things. I'm going to take a brief break to bronze or contour and I'll be right back. And to do so, I used my Milk Makeup sticks. I used the Sculpt stick in Toasted and the matte bronzer stick in Baked. So before I dive into the loose powder blushes, I'm going to set my skin with more of the shade 3. This powder makes me feel poreless, like a Cabbage Patch Kid. Cabbage Patch Kid? I don't know where that came from. I had a huge fear of those as a kid. I remember like looking at all of the toys in Walmart and like completely avoiding that section because they freaked me out. So sorry to all the fans of Cabbage Patch Kids. Moving on to blush, I have 3 shades. My favorite though is the shade 5. It's such a pretty, vibrant rosewood shade. They also have a really gorgeous cool pink. And I also have this one. This is a new one that they sent over to me. It's the shade 4. They're really cute. It comes with a little powder puff. I don't use this. I kind of just like keep them in there to kind of block the holes so it doesn't get so messy. I prefer using these with a brush. I just wanted to see what this color looked like. And this is a pretty unique concept. I can't think of another company that has a loose powder blush. There's probably many out there, but I'm not aware of them. Ooh, so together this makes kind of a peachier color. I'll give all of these shades a swatch for you. I do have a reel on my channel swatching 1 and 5 on my cheeks, just in case if you wanted to see what that looks like. This is not a good representation of the shade 1. It looks like ash, but here's my favorite color. I'm gonna go for the shade 5 because I think I'm going to end with like a red lip and I feel like this will flatter it the most. They can be a little bit intimidating and sometimes I get a little fearful that I'm wasting a lot, but I mostly just grab whatever is in the cap. I'll take my brush and I'll just get whatever's on there and it usually is enough. And that way I don't feel like I'm picking up directly from this and making a huge cloud of pigment. Cover the redness, add it back in. And here's an up-close shot of the base all complete. I think this foundation is looking pretty promising. It felt very promising and up my alley, so I'm just hoping for the best too. But it looks really, really seamless and it just looks like my skin. I can't see an area where it looks like it's just sitting on top or it's not enhancing any texture at all. It's not lifting anywhere. I think it looks pretty good so far. What do you guys think? So moving on to the eyes, this is the eyeshadow palette I have. It's the Le Neuf de Givenchy. It has 9 different eyeshadows and my sixth sense isn't tingling here. I don't know. It looks cool. I like how they look like little studs. I like how they have that little stud detail on a lot of their products. It gives it a really nice little touch and edge. And the brush in here is actually kind of cool. You can put it together and it creates a little mini brush. I feel like it could potentially be a good one if you forget your brushes. I'm not using it today though. Right now I'm kind of envisioning on doing like a smoked out red liner potentially with like a white shimmer on my eye. Could be cool. I have this eyeliner from them in the shade 01 Black and it feels like a good one to do smoky eyes with. It has a lot of stretch and it looks like smoke. I'm going to start on my lower lash line like always. just like that. And then I'm going to kind of smoke this out and we'll add layers as we go. So I'm going to take my Glisten number 3 brush. Wiping that off, I'm going to dip into this shade right here from the palette with the same brush. And I'm going to blend over the edge. Slowly moving up from that edge so we get more of that red pigment on its own. And I kind of want this to be minimalistic. I don't want it to be super crazy out there. I just want it to be like a cool edgy liner. We'll see if I can make that happen or if things just get blown out of proportion, literally. So at this point, I'm going to grab more of the black liner to intensify. Now I'm going to grab a cleaner brush with that same red. And I'm going to do the same thing a few times over until I feel happy with the gradation. Something's telling me to go over with a little bit of like this purpley shimmery shade right over the black. It is like a blackened shadow with just a little bit of a purple shimmer. Why not? Let's do it. I'm going to take that first shade that has some of the damp eyeliner on it. I'm going to take a Kleenex just to block any potential fallout. Sorry, I have to look into my other mirror here. I'm like crouching down. Hopefully you can still see me. Okay, that added a little razzle dazzle, but that helped to make it look more smoky. Kind of fun. Now I'm going to take a blending brush and I'm taking the middle shade, which looks like a nice contour color, and I'm enhancing my outer crease with this. Depositing the most amount of pigment right here, and then I'll bring in whatever's left on the brush and what I can grab from over here into my inner corner. Do you guys think I should add another shimmer? This looks pretty badass on its own. I'm also going to carry the shade on my lower lash using a smaller brush because I really want to tuck it in. I don't want it to get blown out. But my fear is if I add the sparkly white shade, it might turn into Christmas, which I guess isn't like the worst thing ever. But I'm kind of living for the badass. Here are some of the shimmers swatched. This is still the swatch of the eyeliner, so ignore that one. They feel quite average, like they're nothing extraordinary, but I am impressed with that red shade. It did perform quite well. You guys, I know where my inspiration came from. We match. Here's what it looks like with mascara. I think it would take it to the next level if I put a little bit of the shimmer shade in my inner corner. That's what we'll do. I'm going to dampen a brush with some setting spray. I got this huge Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. It's massive. Here's the normal size, and then here's Big Daddy. I filled this one with a different one because I ran out and I broke the nozzle off another one. That's why it's a complete different color. But I'm dampening this brush for accuracy. I don't want any glitter in my contacts. Thank you very much. Ooh, that's a really cute color. There's 2 light shades in this palette. This one has a little bit of a pinky shift to it. It also has like some other colors in it. It's pretty. It's this one. But here is the complete eye look. That was fun. So I have a plethora of lip formulations. Let's go through them. This is Le Rouge Interdit Baume number 10, and it's a black lip balm. I tried it on once, and I'll try it again. It kind of gives me Clinique vibes a little bit. Clinique Black Honey, but it turns out to be this really pretty berry shade that actually looks really good with the eye look. Following that, I have the Le Rouge Sheer Velvets. I have 2 shades, 36. Oh, this looks so nice and crisp. It's one of the best feelings for me. I love opening up a fresh lipstick no matter what brand, but this one looks so crisp. This is a stunning red, and this one is the shade 16, which is like a nice rosewood. That red is red. Then I have this formula here. It's Le Rouge Interdit Cream Velvet. And this kind of looks like the MAC Powder Kiss liquid lipsticks. It has the same kind of applicator. It looks like a little hourglass. And it has the same kind of formula. It has like that nice matte but comfortable feel. That's the shade 12, which does not look good on me. It looks like baby poop. And this is the shade 27, which looks really good with the blush I went in with today. And the eye, actually. I'll try one of each on my lips, not just hand swatches. Wow, what a nice formula. It's super matte, but it's super glidey, like it doesn't skip at all. That's a stunning red. It's so super vibrant. That is gorgeous. I don't even want to take it off. I might end up with this one, but let's see what this formula feels like. I'm going to try on the shade 27 in this formula. Applying that felt exactly like the MAC Powder Kiss lip color, but thinner in consistency and not as silky feeling. Actually, it's pretty silky still, but it feels much thinner. And the final lip formula I have are the Rose Perfectos. And these look cool. They have like a marbled look to them. This one also looks super fresh and crisp. This is the shade 117. This formula feels a little bit more average to me. I feel like so many brands have a tinted balm like this. So those were all the formulas. What's left are my lip liner options. I have the shades 02, 03, and 08. I feel like 08 will be the best for this look. I really wanted to end with the red lipstick, but I feel like the red kind of clashed with the red that's on my eyes and my cheek color. So I feel like I'm going to end with the black balm. It has like a Rare Beauty lip liner quality to it. It's like a mix of the Rare Beauty and like a classic wood pencil, like MAC or Makeup Forever. Now going in with this once again. You can really build some color with this black balm. That's kind of cool. I thought I was going to end with a red lip, but I ended up with this red smoky liner. Some people will be like, is she irritated? Yes, but not my eyes. Anyways, I did 3 little assorted piles. So starting off with the things I would recommend to you today. I full-heartedly recommend these products. I love them. The powder. It is so nice and seamless looking. I love how it sets my face, but it doesn't take away all of my dimension. It feels really thin. It doesn't over dehydrate my skin. It sets my makeup perfectly and it's so blurring. It just gives me everything I look for in a powder. It's awesome. Same goes for the blushes. I think these are super fun and unique. The colors are stunning and they're really fun to work with. I love how they give you that diffused look, but they still add a lot of color. I think they're super fun. And my last top recommended is the concealer. It's actually really bomb for day to day. It looks super seamless on the days I just wear it without foundation, and it looks really great if I use a super full coverage foundation. It's like a little shapeshifter concealer. Moving on to the things I really enjoyed today, but were first impressions. The Skin Caring foundation. It feels really, really promising. It has so many of the qualities I love in a foundation. It feels really nice, and I love how it played with the concealer. It felt like a thinner, more skin tint version of the YSL All Hours foundation, which is one of my top favorites. It just feels a lot more watery and lightweight. And that foundation from YSL is already super, super lightweight and watery. So I like it. It feels like it might mesh into my life beautifully. Loved my first impression with that, and it hasn't moved or budged, and it looks really flattering. So I'm down with it. My sixth sense was right about this highlighter. I love how there's no visible glitter. I loved how easy it was to work with just by applying it directly with the doe foot. I was just left impressed. It just worked, and I still like how fresh and glowy I look without looking makeup-y. It's super serum-like without feeling sticky or balmy on my cheeks. Like my hair does not stick in it whatsoever. So I like that. I am beyond impressed with this black balm I went in with. I did not expect to build it up to this point. I thought it was always going to look kind of translucent like the Clinique Black Honey, but this almost looks like a full-on lipstick. Really cool, and it matches my lip liner perfectly. Really awesome product. And I'm also beyond excited to have this red lipstick. It's like the red I love. It's super vibrant. It felt really, really nice and smooth on my lips. It felt lightweight, but hydrating. It has like a nice powdery feel, but it still feels really nice and silky and satiny without any satin shine. So excited. And then let's go to the things that I liked, but I don't know if I would actually purchase with my own money. I would purchase all of the things I just mentioned without thinking twice. Starting with the eyeliner, it performed wonderfully, like super easy to work with, but it reminded me a lot of the Maybelline Smoky Eyeliner, which is like a fraction of the price point, but it worked the exact same way. So I would purchase that one over this one any day. I love lip liners. Like I'm going to keep these and I'll use them, but it wouldn't be like one of the first things I would recommend from the brand, but the quality is nice. It had really good glide. They felt really nice and creamy. They didn't feel chalky. I liked how it had kind of like a moussey feel, especially for a wood pencil. That's kind of different for me. Usually they feel a little bit more powdery instead of that kind of silky moussey texture. So they're really nice. This lip product here is really nice. I just didn't feel completely wowed like the other lip products I tried on today. And they felt exactly like the MAC Powder Kiss liquid lip colors that I already have a huge history with, so I don't know if they're going to be able to like top my love for those ones, but I still appreciate them. They're a good quality product. Same with the Rose Perfectos. I really like how they look. The little marbled effect is really eye-catching, and it's a little snazzy and all, but the actual effect didn't really wow me as much. And finally, for the eyeshadow palette, I love the eye look I created today. I don't think that this is going to be an eyeshadow palette I think of every day or reach for all the time. I think the quality is pretty average. There are some shades in here that I think performed wonderfully, like the red. Red eyeshadows can be tricky to formulate. This one was fantastic to work with. There's good pigmentation. It was easy to blend, but the shimmers in here just felt a little lacking in some departments. I feel like they could be a lot more creamy. They felt kind of powdery and I felt like I needed to dampen them to get the wow factor. But those are all of my thoughts on the products I tried out today. Let me know what brand you'd like to see a full face of next in the comments down below, or let me know if you want to see me revisit any of the brands I've already done, because I've done so many of these videos. But that's going to be all from me. I really hope you enjoyed today's video and found it helpful. If you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. I will have everything linked and listed in the description down below, so feel free to check that out, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!